I'm Barry Korals at the Korals Tropical Fruit Farm, which I created actually in 1998. And
Yeah, thanks for coming to this,
yeah,
or thanks for being on this channel. I'm at his fruit farm. It's a great place to be, drinking some fresh fig juice.
Figlicious.
It's being
Figlicious.
blended, and now it's being blended in my mouth, and it tastes good. So he's going to give us a tour if he'd be so generous.
Sure, absolutely. Let's go check it out. Um,
Come on, guys.
this is the Indian beach, this area. I created to create myself a little tropical atmosphere. And I take a jacuzzi here, and I have an outdoor shower, which probably a lot of the viewers have seen before. But this is where I take my showers in the morning, and all the water is recycled under the trees. And I only use Dr. Bronner soap, so as a result, it's all biodegradable. And
So you have a gray water system
yeah,
going out.
go right to the trees.
How many
Yeah.
pipes feed from this shower out to your trees?
This is one big pipe, but it feeds a number of trees.
Oh,
Yeah.
right on.
Yeah, so that's really, really helpful. So anyways, let's go view some of the most abundant fruit that I've ever grown, and that's the figs right now.
California's in a water drought right now, so it's really important to
Yeah.
conserve water.
So this is called Diana. It's the largest fig on the planet. There's actually 200 varieties of figs, and excuse me, when they're getting big, you can see one back here. It's starting to get really bigger, and when they get yellow, they're ripe. And usually you can tell a fig when it's starting to lean over, it's starting to ripen. So that gives me an indication that that fig is going to be ripe soon. Plus, sometimes it cracks right at the this part right here. It'll start cracking open. I could show you that better on some of the other figs, and that's an indication that the fig is ripe. Plus, if you really want it to be sweet, like jelly, you want it to be soft. You don't want to pick it firm. Some people say they want to cook their figs. I said, why would you want to do that? You know, or put them on the skillet or whatever they do to destroy it. And the thing is, just eat it by itself. It's the best thing to do. And figs are amazing because they're very alkalinizing. They're very high in fiber, and it's a very short window of time that we actually grow them. And fresh figs are amazingly delicious.
How old is this tree here, Barry?
This tree right here is about 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
One of the good things about figs is that if you want to just have a instantaneous farm, you could grow figs. They grow the fastest, and you get the greatest production off of the tree of all trees. So it's very difficult to actually kill the tree. You could just be a novice farmer, and they'll thrive. So you almost have to be very destructive to kill the tree. It just requires not a ton of water, but I do water them a little heavier, even though we have a drought, because they grow bigger and they're very juicy and delicious and sweet. And especially when you're picking them soft, they really are amazing and very fulfilling. It's a great way to consume your dinner. And I believe that's what you had last night for dinner, was the figs.
Yeah, I had figs and sapotes.
Sapotes,
Yeah.
great combination.
You saw those figs, how juicy they were. They were like jelly. I don't
Yeah.
know if I commented about that on the video, but I remember thinking to myself, I'm eating jelly or jam out of the jar.
I just gave you the softer ones because I knew that would be in your
And they were
best interest.
cracking out the bottom.
Exactly,
like you said.
yeah.
They were bursting with flavor.
Let's go look at another tree. Why don't you maybe shut it off for a moment?
No.
Oh,
Keep it running.
Okay.
I want to say something.
Okay.
Since I've got here, I've had to eat less fruit because the quality is so much better. The nutrients are so more dense. So
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't need to eat much. And I have tons of energy because I'm so light. And the nutrients, I feel balanced. And I think that's what it is. Unripe fruit that isn't given good nutrients, it doesn't have the balance, and you feel out of balance. So that's why it's a real big importance to eat fruit that has the balance, the nutrients, and the high vibration, high water content, and ripe.
Actually, the first 3 years before I even planted any trees, I was composting heavy and really balancing the soil and neutralizing it. And then I got involved in rock dust and worm castings. And basically what we're eating for is the minerals. So what I've done is I've put a tremendous amount of minerals into the fruit through the roots, and it's gone right into the trees. And you could just turn back and see the size of that tree is just amazing. That particular tree is only, like, what did I say, 5 years old?
Yep.
How did you learn Did you learn from any specific teachers, or?
I just intuitively start getting involved in it, and as I found myself getting healthier, I was able to be more receptive and more tuned into nature, and I just learned from doing. I never really studied anything, and I was studying about health, and I was being monitored by many mentors and people that I really respected that taught me a healthier way of living. But as far as getting involved in agriculture and the ground, I just went for it.
Nice.
So, yeah. So here we are back here. This is where I grow the majority of my trees. I actually have 195 fruit trees here. This is a sapote that you really love.
This is the
And
sapote?
thick and heavy. There's not a lot of fruit. There's still some here. Most of them are green, but
Very lush.
the season's kind of winding down. This is the most prolific of my trees. This is called a panache fig right here. You can see it cracking, and it's jelly-like in texture. It's absolutely delicious. It's like the rainbow, and the best way to eat is from the rainbow. This particular fig, I call it a rainbow, even though it's called panache, and variegated fig, it also is called tiger fig. So right now I have about 10 of these here trees, and then I total.
How long is the fig season, Barry?
The fig season, I extended all the way into Christmas. There's actually some figs that I call Christmas figs.
Oh, do you?
So this is the guavas. They're coming on right now. But this whole area right in here is all of the variegated figs. They go all the way around to the other part of the property.
Do you have to apply minerals every year, or does it kind of, once you get it going, it's like?
Actually, you do. Yeah,
You
it's like people. We need minerals ongoingly.
Yeah.
You know, so we want to constantly feed the trees as we feed ourselves, and it's almost like looking at the tree as a person and understanding what they really need nutritionally and health-wise to become flourishing and healthy and vibrant and give us the production that we really deserve. And what's really wonderful about looking at a tree and thinking about it
here.
is that there's Cha-Cha.
Cha-Cha, is that the cat?
In
Cha-Cha the
our
cat?
society, we're coming from scarcity, but when you get in nature, we really have a tremendous amount of abundance. And that's what I feel very wealthy, not necessarily monetarily, but I feel wealthy in fruit. And if you really look at one tree and the amount of production that the tree produces, it's just abundant. And as a result, I could share with so many more people as I do. And I have all my needs met just from this little area, except if I do choose to want something else, I'll trade with another farmer. But we could be more resourceful by going back to the land, growing our own food. Even if you're living in an apartment, you can still grow something.
And what do you grow here?
I have what I call it's a subtropical fruit farm, and I have a array of the type of things that I love. I have cherimoyas, sapotes, guavas, pineapple guava, Mexican guava, Brazilian guavas. I have an assortment of avocados, tangerine, citrus, lemon, Meyer lemons, and I also have a garden here. So
What's your favorite?
my favorite is what's in season.
Yeah. Right.
My actual all-time favorite is something you can't grow here, and that's durian. I really love durian. Actually, that's considered the #1 most sought-after fruit on the planet, next to mangoes. But cherimoyas and sapotes are very much up there, and a lot of Americans aren't really aware of them because it really doesn't grow as plentifully here in the States. But as we become more educated and we become more fruit lovers and more connected to the essence of what really nourishes our body and what we really need to not only survive but to thrive, we get more involved in fruit. And as a result, I was talking to you guys earlier that when I first got into this, I pretty much didn't know exactly what I was doing, and I didn't know very much about farming, but something inside of me, maybe the angels or the gods or some higher force, actually gave me the driving force to create this little demonstration that I've created right in the midst of a city.
And now you're going on to level 2 at Dr.Morse in Florida, and that's
Yeah.
the next step.
And what's amazing is that thank you. And thank you for tuning me into that and making me aware of it. I feel like I'm definitely going to the next level, taking an elevator ride. So So what's really interesting is that intuitively I got involved in something that I really didn't have the awareness of the profound effect it would have on others, as a demonstration to show how all of us could actually go back to the land and recreate the earth one tree at a time, one bite at a time, one thought at a time. And it all starts from the self.
Barry, can you talk about the level 2 a bit? What are your what does it mean to you to step in this direction?
It means to be around like-minded people. It means for me not to always, like I was talking to Chad about, always be the hefty or the guru, like you say, or the knowledgeable one, or the leader or the senior or a senior. But I really crave greater knowledge from other sources, and to be around like-minded people is very elevating. And just to be in your guys' company is just very refreshing, and I feel like you're not feeding me with food, but you're feeding me with the kind of energy that I feel like on a spiritual level that really excels my appetite and my need for greater evolvement. Because like I was talking to Chad, that I've mastered certain aspects of my life, but I have a greater appetite to continue to grow, and I feel like this is my next step in my evolution of growth. And I feel as a result, once I integrate the greater knowledge that I'm going to receive, I'll be that even more effective in the world as a spokesperson of the truth. So, and each one of us could do it in our own way. It's just that I have the gift of gab.
I'm very thankful for you sharing all this. I mean, for the viewers out there, this is I wanted to share what is possible, and thankfully we've come here and I've had the opportunity to meet you, man.
Thank you.
It's a great pleasure.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Much.
Today we're going to have a great time. We're going to Tijuana.
Oh, Tijuana.
Yeah,
all
we're
right.
going to experience a fruit luck.
On that note,
mangoes and coconuts.
You can subscribe to this channel, and I'll leave a link below where you can get in contact with this great man. And for now, over and out. You want to say anything?
Thank you for being receptive, and keep on keeping on, and never give up, and always go for the truth and the purity and the essence of your soul and your spirit, and share the love with all humanity. And together we're going to rise forward in the type of reality surrounded by nature that we all deserve, and that it's truly the Garden of Eden. So welcome home.
Blessings.